And now I'd really like to get started with our program. Right now, I have the pleasure of introducing a good friend of the Ark and a friend, Mr. Jack Lopez. Jack and I spoke, God, it must have been almost a year ago, and I invited him to participate in the Summit of Hope with his brother David to share their sibling story. It's a wonderful story, and we were very excited about it. And unfortunately, we lost David this past spring. I may get choked up. So it is with deep gratitude that I invite Jack to come up and share his story with us today. Please welcome Jack Lopez.
It's working, Mike, huh? Good. Good evening. My name is Jack Lopez. I was the brother, friend, surrogate parent, protector, wishmeister to my brother David for 70 years. When I initially was asked by the Ark to give a talk to this year's Summit of Hope, I thought David would be here with me. Unfortunately, he passed away in April of this year. David was born with Down syndrome in New Jersey. He joined me in Colorado in 1978 after our parents died. David had been living in an institution in New Jersey for adults with intellectual developmental disabilities. Large-scale institutions are long gone, but it's important to understand that life was very different there. People were told what to do, what to eat, what to do, when to go to bed, etc., etc. Every day was exactly the same. My perception of the situation and life I saw for David was that he was offered no choices. Someone else controlled every part of his day, and I wanted a better life for him. I felt he had the capability for a better future. In truth, I was terrified at the idea of managing the responsibility of taking care of David. I was navigating uncharted waters, but I decided to become his caregiver, advocate, and eventually his guardian, rather than have him continue to stay in that institution. My initial introduction to the Ark was in 1984, when they helped me obtain legal guardianship for David. I have been associated with and received support from the Ark ever since. All of us who have been part of the IDD world know of the challenges and obstacles. The acronyms, the changing policies, laws, requirements, etc. can be overwhelming. I call it the struggle in the jungle. I do not know how I would have ever navigated the system and understood the language without the Ark. The Ark advocates have provided me with guidance, information, and emotional support. They have an extensive array of resources, names, organizations, and other information that benefit your desire and responsibility to help your family member. It is difficult, if not impossible, to do this job alone. During my journey with David, the Ark gave me the backbone and the words I needed to convey my wishes on his behalf when he could not. They informed me and validated my rights and obligations as his guardian and gave me confidence to be his best advocate. When I thought there was an insurmountable obstacle, the Ark helped me with a solution. When the system was telling me what David and I had to do rather than what was best for David, the Ark was there to assist. while the Developmental Disabilities Resource Center provided day-to-day living supports for David, the ARC educated and changed the local communities. Their work opened up opportunities for people like David to grow and be included in an array of social, vocational, and recreational activities. David worked on a cleaning crew in the Southwest Plaza, food court, then at McDonald's, then at a convenience store. He was in a bowling league, attended dances. He loved to go to car shows. He took the city bus to get around, gaining more and more independence. In David's early years, I was his defender, his big brother staring down others who were staring at him. As a beginner guardian, I set boundaries so that he would not be noticed for his antics and outreach to others. I didn't know it then, but I was guilty of restricting him. David pushed out past those boundaries. He was very funny, a playful guy, a bit goofy, a lovable soul. He displayed his individuality and personality very openly. David taught me how to be uninhibited, more outgoing and generous of spirit. If he heard a lively song that he liked, he'd shake his booty, no matter where he was. I learned to do the same, completely uninhibited. When we entered an occupied elevator in a group, and there was, of course, the silent group, he would break that silence with a big grin and a howdy, folks. I automatically do that when I'm on my own. David's life is over. His journey is over. He achieved a level of independence and quality of life more than my parents could ever hope for or others would expect. There are many other Davids and families who need what the ARC offers. I will continue to support and be a part of this organization. There are more doors that need to be pushed open, boundaries that need expanding. If not the ARC, who will perform that role? The answer is no one. The ARC was a lifesaver and a life preserver for me. I urge you to join me and others in making sure the ARC's mission succeeds and continues. I started out simply as his brother. I then became his legal guardian. We ended up as best buddies. These some photos of David. This captures the real essence of the guy. He loved to go to dances, big bowler, Special Olympics, loved to do artwork, loved to win awards. His apartment was littered with ribbons and trophies and medals, and he showed them off. That face, that grin was part of his personality, and I miss him very much, but it was a wonderful journey. I thank you for listening to our story.